One of the comments I got in a recent video was, do I sell bulk online? Do I sell bulk? Battle brother, bulk is a part of my armament of war. If you're going to be a part of this TCG business, bulk needs to be the bedrock of your collection. Bulk is easy to get, easy to sell, and the biggest commitment with bulk is time. But if you're going to dedicate time to this business, it's all a part of the game. When people thinking about selling Pokemon cards, they think about the chase cards, the $500 cards, the $1,000 cards, but really it's going to be the thousands of low value cards that keep you afloat. It's going to be the commons, the uncommons, the hollows, the reverse hollows, those EXs. Those are what your average person is going to buy. And the average person is really what's going to be feeding you in your store. What is bulk? Okay. Now, let's give a definition of what bulk cards are, because really bulk changes depending on who you're talking to. Some people look at bulk as anything that isn't the chase card in the pack. So you open up a pack, you go for the most expensive card in there, that's the chase, everything else is bulk, throw it in a box, it's gone. And to some people, bulk is anything that's basically not a $20+ card. So you take, for example, this box. This is one of my bulk box. This is my chaos sort, how I like to do it. It's in 50 card packs. This has an assortment of hollows, reverse hollows, and I think there's a couple of EXs in here. So this isn't just, commons and uncommons, but I do sell those as well. Now for myself, I have a relatively small collection of bulk. I think all in all, I might have around 10,000, maybe 12,000 bulk cards. Large stores and even large online sellers can have anywhere from 200,000 to millions of bulk cards, just depending on how big you want to invest into bulk. The thing is, bulk is super cheap to get. I mean, if you're opening up packs after packs, most of what you're going to get is bulk. It's not going to be the crazy, super expensive cards. The majority of it is just going to be cards that a lot of people even throw away. Now, do people buy bulk? Yes, there are a lot of people who buy bulk. Now, I'm going to tell you something that might, I'm going to tell you something that might just blow your mind. There are some people who buy cards not just for their value. So you got to remember, Pokemon is a card game. Some people want specific cards for their deck. There are collectors who like to do master sets, which means they want to get every card from a particular set. So that means they need the commons, the uncommons, they need the reverse hollows. Some reverse hollows are harder to get than the other ones. So instead of them just buying box after box to try to get this certain card, they just buy it directly from a vendor like me. I mean, other things you can do with bulk. Some people buy bulk to do lots. They'll do lots of thousands of bulk cards or hundreds of bulk cards. One thing I want to do myself is, it's not going to be a lot per se. I want to make my own custom pack for kids to have, which is going to have bulk cards inside of it, and just cards that are cool for them. Also, some people make art out of bulk cards. I've seen some really cool designs where people cut out bulk cards and make things with them. I've seen people make jewelry with bulk cards. I've seen picture frames of bulk cards. So bulk cards aren't useless. It's just that you have to find a use for it. You have to find a person that wants to buy it and use it for whatever use they have. What I'm doing with bulk, for me, I haven't moved to it yet, but I really want to list everything that I have online. I'm the type of person that is, it's an asset. It needs to go online. People aren't going to buy it unless I list it. So everything's going to get listed eventually. Now, the only problem with bulk is, your labor versus your income. There's one thing that I'm going to advise you against, but you're an adult. You can do what you want, but do not sell a card for 1 cent. It doesn't make any sense to me for a person to be selling a card for a penny. Trust me, your time is more valuable than it. There's a certain thing as a floor price. And it's funny, before I got into the business, when I was still workshopping with one of my best friends, I was telling him, I was like, it doesn't make sense to me to sell some of these cards at the market value that is, 5 cents. I just felt like the time investment for me was worth more than that. And I would just have a generic price of all these cards would be this amount, and that's it. And he was trying to talk me out of it. But now that I'm actually in the business and looking at other people, yeah, definitely is what a lot of people do. They just have a floor price because it's wasting my time. It's kind of wasting your time. And for me, I feel like I'm giving a good product. So my time is worth a certain amount. And if you want to respect that, you can buy my item at that price. Hey, it's on you. If you want to buy this cheaper product from someone else, yeah, you can do that. But it may not be up to the standard that I'm giving. So that's why I particularly have a floor price of 20 cents. I feel like that's a good give and take for me and the customer to have a good experience with this card. Any card that I list, no matter what the market price is, if it's less than 20 cents, I'm selling it at 20 cents. And yeah, if you look at it, it does help with profits. If I'm like buying bulk from someone for 1 penny and selling it for 20 cents, yeah, I'm making, a 19-cent profit on each of those cards. Now, let's go into the problems with bulk. Bulk will not make you rich. At least in my opinion, I don't think bulk will make you rich. I mean, there might be some people out there that have figured out the secret sauce and this is what they do. But there's a lot of problems with bulk. Bulk takes up a lot of real estate. Even me working outside my office, I have one area. I have one area already that's starting to pile up with the thousands of bulk cards that I have, and I'm not even at a crazy amount. Bulk takes up a lot of room, and also organizing all that bulk can be an issue. You need to be on top of your game to organize thousands and thousands of cards. Also, there's sorting. I can't imagine anyone dealing with bulk and not having some machine assistance with doing it. Either you have a scanner or you have one of those industrial sorting machines. Once you get to a certain scale, you can't just be doing it by hand. Otherwise, your entire day will be you sorting bulk cards. I mean, I've been using a scanner right now, and I have a video coming up on that. Might be a little controversial, but I actually got a couple controversial videos. So either you guys are gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. Who knows? But yeah, you need to have some way of going through all that bulk and getting the expensive cards and just sorting it in general. And then your margins. Yeah, you're 20xing your margins, but it's still 20 cents. I remember looking at another creator and he was talking about how at some point he figured out the same effort it takes to sell a $20 card and a $1 card was the same, so he just stopped selling $1 cards. That's fair. That's a fair conclusion to come to. You have to find out what works for you and what works for your business. I think for your TCG business, you need to sell bulk. It will help round out the hard edges of your business. Bulk is always going to be available for you. You don't have to work. You don't have to wait on distro. You don't have to struggle to find someone to buy bulk from. I'm pretty sure if you're in a large town, you can open up Facebook Marketplace and you will find someone selling bulk. You can go to a big store and say, hey, can I buy your bulk there? I probably want to offload it on you. Or you can go to someone who's just chasing or you can go after someone who's just going after those chase cards. They'll probably want to sell you their bulk so they can get more chase cards. Selling bulk is a part of my business. It's not the biggest part of my business, but it's there. And I can tell you, I've made hundreds of dollars from selling cards that some people saw as useless. This video was brought to you by a subscriber of the channel. So if you have questions, make sure to leave a comment below and subscribe to the channel to see it be answered. As always, thank you for watching, and peace.